All right, jumping straight into Karnataka protest that's happening right now in Bengaluru is Congress workers coming out angry over comments made against Siddaramaia's new book. The Congress cadre there completely gherawing the Chief Minister's residence. I'm going to quickly cut across to Sagai Raj, who's joining us right there from the protest site. Sagai, Congress saying BJP afraid of Siddaramaiah, trying to defame him. Huge crowds who have gathered around the Chief Minister's residence. Basuraj Bommai in a spot. Tell us a little more on what exactly the Congress is saying as they claim that these are attempts made to tarnish Siddaramaia's image ahead of elections.
Nabila, in the visuals you can see that former Minister Ramling Reddy, Congress MLA Bharati Suresh are protesting along with the other Congress supporters in Congress office here in Bengaluru, and they will be shortly trying to get out the residence of Chief Minister on yesterday's development. Yesterday, if you have noticed that the BJP supporters were all set to release a book against Siddaramaiah, a book which probably try to highlight that if at all if Siddaramaiah comes back to power, what all the promises or what all the things he might do. So they were trying to portray him as anti-Hindu as well as a man who is appeasing the minority. So that particular book had a lot of things, programs which will promote the minorities as well as the others. So that particular book release was being stalled after a stay order which was being got by Siddaramaia's son yesterday from one of the courts here in Bengaluru, and following that the program was cancelled, and today the Congress continue their protest against the BJP where they have alleged that BJP is afraid of Siddaramaiah, where they are trying to tarnish his image. Sir, what is your demand? Kya demand aap?
Sir, ನಮ್ಮ ಡಿಮ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಏನಿದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇವ್ರ ಕೆಟ್ಟ ಮನಸ್ಥಿತಿಗಳನ್ನ ನಾವು ತೋರಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೀವಿ. ಇವನು ಕಟೀಲು ಅವನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ ಲವ್ ಜಿಹಾದ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ದೇಶ ಒಡೆಯಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ರಾಜ್ಯ ಒಡೆಯಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಧರ್ಮಗಳ ಹೆಸರಲ್ಲಿ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಟಿಪ್ಪು ಸುಲ್ತಾನ್ ಸಿದ್ದರಾಮಯ್ಯ ಅವರ ಕಾಲದಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ ಆಗಿತ್ತು, ಇವರು ಬಿಜೆಪಿ ಟೈಮಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಗಳಾಗಿತ್ತಲ್ಲ, ಜಗದೀಶ್ ಶೆಟ್ಟರ್, PC ಮೋಹನ್ ಇವರೆಲ್ಲ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು? ಅವ್ರು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರಲ್ಲ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ, ಯಾಕೆ ಇವರು ಇದು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ?
They are saying that there are several programs which was being even organized by BJP to appease the minorities. At that point of time they haven't highlighted, but why only they are trying to target Siddaramaiah, and you can see there are large number of people who are gathered, and after this particular protest here in Congress Bhavan, they will be marching towards CM's residence to try to geraw the CM's residence on yesterday's development of BJP supporters who try to release a book entitled as Siddu's Nija Kanasugalu, which literally means that Siddu's real dreams, and they were trying to malign his image through that particular book. Back to you, Nabila.
You know, it also has a lot of portions that are communally sensitive is what we hear. Sagai, why don't you clarify for us? We see some of those images showing Siddaramaiah dressed as Tipu Sultan. This was one of the posters that almost making him look like the man who hails Tipu Sultan, but not too far away from the truth. If you really see Siddaramaiah, or the Congress for that matter, insists on celebrating Tipu Jayanti in the state of Karnataka, despite enough and more criticism coming from the Kodava region, who really suffered at the hands of Tipu Sultan. So tell us a little more on how did they manage to get a stay order, and who are those behind the book?
See, if you notice, it is the BJP supporters who are behind this particular book. Remember, there was a skit which was already been played in Mysuru, where a popular producer is directing that particular skit in the name of Tippu Nija Kanasugalu, where they are trying to show how Tippu Sultan as a ruler or an emperor, how he has killed Hindus and all the stuff. On the same theme, the BJP supporters here in Bengaluru started to bring out a book called Siddu's Nija Kanasugalu, which means that Siddaramaiah's real dreams, where they had tried to portray in that particular book that if at all, if Siddaramaiah comes back to power, what all he can do. For an example, they had said that if Siddaramaiah comes back to power, he will try to start a Tipu Sultan University, he will try to start to construct new statues of Tipu Sultan Sultan, as well as he will restart Tipu Jayanti in the state of Karnataka. Apart from that, there were other things where they were trying to portray that Siddaramaiah is anti-Hindu and he was pro-minorities, and the programs, whatever he had planned in past, as well as if at all if he becomes the chief minister, what are the programs that he might float for the minorities were being highlighted in that particular book. Now the Yatindra Siddaramaiah, the son of Siddaramaiah, had taken a stay order in one of the courts on that particular release of the book, and now they are facing legal battle on the same unless the next verdict comes on that, the book release is being stalled.
But you know, Sagai, stay with us. This is an election-bound state. We're going to see such kind of controversies coming to fore. Of course, the timing is something that one must very carefully look at. Siddaramaiah's book, or rather portraying him as a man who's against Hindus, pro-Muslims, all kinds of communally sensitive content in that book that was due to release. Siddaramaiah's son has now applied for a stay order. A local court now in Karnataka has stalled the release of this book. Heavy police deployment as well, with the Congress now coming out on the streets.